Hi everyone, welcome back to the next diecast. In today's video, I'll be unboxing and doing a quick review on this 1/24 scale LaFerrari Aperta made by Bburago. Got this model off of Amazon warehouse deals for just over $11. I thought it was a pretty good deal. It did come in this damaged box, which is probably why it had the discount on it. But as you can see, it does have the Ferrari race and play design on it with some of their other model offerings on the back. Then you do have some damage up on the side flap here. And then, of course, underneath you have the Licensed by Ferrari sticker and the Amazon warehouse deal sticker that they usually give you on any item that you get. So go ahead and take that out of the box next. And there's our model. Just got to unscrew it from the base. It's held on by 2 screws with cardboard. Alright, got it off the base. Just got to cut this shipping strap next. Alright, and here's our model. And of course you have the opening cover in the back here. Looks really cool. All right, let's take a look at the details of the LaFerrari Aperta here. Looks like a really nice model overall. The details look great. I kind of wish they actually made this in a 1/18 scale, because Bburago actually does make the regular LaFerrari, like the coupe version, in their 1/18 scale line, but they only make the Aperta, I think, in 1/24, and maybe like 1/32 and 1/43. I'm not too sure on that. But the overall detailing on this model, I would say, is very well done. You can see up here in the front that they do a great job with these headlights. They're nice and flush with the body. There's actually no pegs to be seen. They also do a great job with that Ferrari logo in the front and center there. And they also do a great job with that kind of white striping on there too. And of course, the lower grills, they're not really perforated or anything, but at least they do have a nice texture. And you have kind of these carbon fiber pieces down below here. They're not actually made of carbon fiber, but they're textured to make it look like they're made of a carbon fiber. They do a great job with the wheels too. You know, that classic Ferrari 5-spoke rim. And a really cool feature is that the disc brake actually moves with the wheel and through the caliper. You don't really see that ever on 1/24 scale cars. Some 1/18 scale models have that, but you don't really see that too often on 1/24 scale models. The only other Bburago 1/24 scale model I have is an older Ferrari Testarossa. So maybe Bburago's on their 1/24 scale models, they always have this like cool feature. I'm not too sure on that, but on here the car does have it, and they do a great job with it. Decent detailing with the disc brake and calipers. Speaking of those, I think it should say Ferrari on the caliper, but you don't really see that on here. And they also do a great job with that Ferrari logo in the center of the wheel. And you have yet another Ferrari badge on the door here that's stamped on, or it's painted on, I should say. There's no stickers or anything like that on here, so that's always great to see. Nice sturdy windshield piece along with the mirrors. It's actually made of metal, the windshield. You don't usually see that too often on these like 1/24 scale roadsters. Usually it's like a thin plastic piece, but on here it's actually a metal framed piece, so that's really cool to see. They do a great job with the mirrors too. They do bend a little bit, but they're actually very sturdy. And taking a look at the back, you do see the Ferrari badge in the center along with these 2 grills on here, which are separate pieces. And they do a nice job with the exhaust pipes too. The one taillight is quite a bit loose, as you can see here, but I'm sure that that's just a factory defect. What I'll probably do is I'll take the model apart, because it is pretty simple to take apart these 1/24 scale cars. And I'll just glue the headlight, glue the taillight back in place. And then of course you do have the Ferrari inscription on the rear deck lid. And then you have the engine detailing you can see through this window back here. Now, the only opening feature you actually have on this model is the rear engine cover, but I don't really mind that too much, because you kind of have a nice sort of like seamless look with the doors being sealed and this front hood being sealed. I guess having the doors open would have been cool, especially because they do open in kind of that cool like gull wing fashion, but at least you do have the opening rear engine compartment back here. So we'll take a look at the details of that next. It opens up like so. So Bburago, I think, did a great job with the engine detailing back here. Although it is kind of like one plastic piece, they do a good job with making different textures and colors in here. You can see there's actually a molded in kind of wire going from the front to the back here. It looks like a separate piece. And this main block here, of course, I think this actually is a separate piece right here, and the rest of it's kind of like one single piece. You have a nice kind of texture on here and the silver pattern and stuff. Very well detailed, I think, for a 1/24th scale engine piece, for sure. Now the interior detailing, Bburago also did a great job with, I would say. You can see there's nice detailing on the dashboard here with kind of a nice texture going on top there. There are a few molded in buttons in the center. And they do a good job with the overall shape and look of the steering wheel. You do have that Ferrari badge in the center of the steering wheel. And the center tunnel here, you do have that kind of texture on top. And then I think there's some buttons on the shifter here too. They're not really all colored in or anything, but at least they do the proper shape and whatnot. And the seats are actually well done too. They have a nice texture to them, and you do have the tiny little Ferrari badges kind of stamped on the headrests in red. Kind of hard to see inside because you can't really open up the doors, but here's another view for you of the interior. I think there's pedals. Yeah, there are pedals. They're just kind of impossible to see because you can't really open up the door, and you got to kind of look at it from this side up here. But I think what they have in there, they did a great job with. So if you can find this model for a great price, I would say definitely get it. I personally prefer the LaFerrari Aperta over the regular LaFerrari. I think the Roadster looks very cool. So if you can find this for a great price, I would say definitely get it for your collection. Feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on this model. And as always, thank you so much for watching.